I felt a space inside my mind that I'd never experienced before. And I always say that like the light of the sun hit a drop that was on a leaf and it just became like a prism and it enveloped me. I wanted to teach it. So, and it wasn't just for my life, but I knew that my life's intention was to teach and share this practice. So the moment I met this woman again, I said, I know you don't know me, but I want to do whatever it takes to teach this. I want it to be fluid and free. And when we understand that we are already perfect, that the moment is perfect, our life is perfect, because we are part of nature and nature is always evolving. And when we come to that knowing, I believe that we start to understand what it means that we're already perfect. We're already perfect. So my name is Reyna Lerma, and I'm based in San Diego, California. I have grown up here as well, and I've studied Zhineng Qigong for 11 years now. Well, I used to be what's called a hospice volunteer. So in hospice, you support people at the end of life. And we were having a volunteer appreciation day, and they were doing different movements, different exercises. And I came to Zhineng Qigong at a mini workshop. So it was about 15 minutes. And in that moment, knew that this was the rest of my life. And that was, like I said, 11 years ago. It was definitely a sensation, but it was also something that happened inside my mind. I felt a space inside my mind that I'd never experienced before. And I always say that like the light of the sun hit a drop that was on a leaf and it just became like a prism and it enveloped me. And in that moment, I'd never experienced anything like that. And I haven't experienced anything like that since. But in that moment, something aligned within me, and I felt a spaciousness I'd never felt before.
Yeah. Oh wow! So how did you go about learning more about the practice? Did you have a teacher initially who mentored you and guided you through the practice?
Yes. I studied very closely with an American teacher here in San Diego. We studied together for 9 years, and I was a direct student. So she taught me the inner workings of how to lead the practice. And from the moment I met Zhineng Qigong, I knew I wanted to teach it. So it wasn't just for my life, but I knew that my life's intention was to teach and share this practice. So the moment I met this woman again, I said, I know you don't know me, but I want to do whatever it takes to teach this. And she said, okay. And we worked together very closely. From there, I went to retreats every year. I have gone to different parts of the world studying, and my primary teacher is Master Yuan Tong Liu, and that is who I study most closely with.
Yes, I've had someone tell me before that to be a Zhineng Qigong teacher is also to understand that even though you are guiding this person, you're still a teacher, you're also still a student. And in a way, your student is your teacher as well. Yes.
And that's one of the many beautiful aspects of this practice. There's a mutual respect between a teacher and a student. And we cultivate the relationship between each other. And yes, the student is the teacher and the teacher is the student. And so together we grow. And I believe that's beautiful.
That is very beautiful. Do you feel as if you have anything unique to bring to your teachings through your teaching style?
Yes. So as I said, I trained very closely with an American teacher, and she had already been teaching here in the West, and from that, she taught me a lot of behind the scenes of how to guide a class. So her experience, she'd been teaching for 16 years. And so she shared those deeper teachings. At the same time, when my wanting to learn more, I went to other master teachers. So I believe I have a beautiful spectrum. I've studied with teachers that are very technical. So when it comes to the physical movement, step by step, breaking down exactly how to move the body to let the chi flow more freely. I've had teachers that are focused on the theory, so the understanding of the concepts. And I've had master teachers that are just free, and they say, don't think about anything, just be. And so I believe that that's a good spectrum. So I've taken within my practice these different ideas. And I believe that that is a benefit that I can share.
I read a bit on your website. You described every human being as being perfect already.
Yeah.
Could you explain that to me a bit more? Because I mean, in today's busy life, I think a lot of us are used to thinking that we are inherently flawed and we have to build ourselves up to perfection, and a lot of us feel every day as if everything we do is to strive towards perfection. Now, it's not often where I hear someone say that we are already perfect. Could you perhaps explain that philosophy to me?
Yes, I'd be happy to. So in our practice, we see that everything is a perception. And the mind, when it is fragmented, many times in our life, we've been told what perfection looks like. And perfection is like this one point in space, you know, the perfect body, the perfect beauty, the perfect moment. But that is, in a way, our mind says everything has to be a certain way for it to be perfect, including ourselves. So that's almost like putting a carrot at the end of a stick, and we keep trying to get to it, but the carrot never gets closer because it's at the end of the stick. So the moment we understand that everything is perfect, including ourselves, we do away with what we feel perfection is. It doesn't have to be this body. Like, what do we think that is? When we say we already are, because in this present moment, everything truly is available to us. We are a vessel. This physical body is actually an illusion. So for us to say it has to be this way, we crystallize, we don't let it be fluid and free. And when we understand that we are already perfect, that the moment is perfect, our life is perfect, because we are part of nature, and nature is always evolving. And when we come to that knowing, I believe that we start to understand what it means that we're already perfect, we're already whole. And that's physical, the emotional, our consciousness that we have full access to in every moment.